Well, it is unfortunate that I have to make this video, but hunters apparently don't know how to look where they're shooting. In fact, just a couple weeks ago, we had a hunter behind the property, literally 50 feet from a no hunting sign, was shooting towards the property, and the bullets were impacting just right down in here, right next to that cabin that's right in the woods there, on our neighbor's property. But, and that's disturbing in itself. What I find very disturbing is it's very easy for that hunter to easily aim in this direction, which I have diesel, gasoline, there's a bunch of mixed fuels here, plus hydraulic fluid and motor oil. Now, I shouldn't need to remind anybody what would have happened if that bullet had been more in this direction and hit any of these containers. Unfortunately, hunters don't seem to care about where their bullets end up at, because we wouldn't have this situation. Plus, when those bullets were impacting there, I was actually standing right here, right in this spot, because I was working on the tractor when those bullets started impacting over there. And then, come to find out, 4 days ago, one of my neighbors wound up getting grazed by a hunter's bullet. And then 3 days ago, I saw the sheriff out here responding to another incident. So, I don't know what it is, but for some reason, people have gotten so stupid over the last few years, and they have absolutely no gun control. They're not bothering to make sure they have something behind their target, a backstop. Even a few weeks ago, right around the same time those bullets impacted over there behind my building, I think it was just a few days before that, there was some campers up behind the property camping out all night in an area that's not supposed to have camping, and they were clearly drunk and firing off a weapon. It sounded like they were shooting it up in the air. And what people fail to realize is when you shoot up in the air, the bullets have to come back down. They don't get deleted like they do in a video game. They come back down to earth. And a bullet can travel several miles. So when you shoot up in the air, or you just shoot randomly through the forest, you have no idea where that bullet's going to end up. And it could very well hit somebody or somebody's fuel station. So, it's sad that I felt the need to make this video, but just in the past couple weeks, there's been several close calls out here because it's hunting season. And even though I have signs posted every 8 to 12 feet apart, I'm still having people shoot into the property. And like those rounds over there, into my neighbor's property, but still really close to my building. And even though there is nobody living in my neighbor's property because he's in another state, what if he had been here? Or even had one of his friends out here, because sometimes he has his friends use his property for hunting. The difference is they know where not to shoot. But, you know, we're getting so many people coming from town that don't realize that there's a lot of houses out here. There was another bullet that back in the back of the property. I was actually out in the back of the property that day too. But that hunter had shot from the road, again, about 50 feet from a no hunting sign. And it looked like he was, I guess, just trying to check to make sure his rifle was working. But, you know, you don't need to fire a shot to do that. But he did. And he fired a shot across through the back of our property, and the bullet whizzed probably 30 feet from my head, and then out the side of the property, across the county road that's over there, a graveled county road. And then, I don't know how far back it went, but there's another road here that the bullet would have passed over if it went that far. And then in that direction, we have a lot of houses. There's even a school and a camp back there. Now, I don't know how far that bullet went, but it traveled in that direction. Now, luckily, that particular hunter's buddy that was with him told him to hold off. He saw something in the woods. So he walked the 50 feet into the woods and saw my no hunting sign. And he told his buddy, the one that fired the shot, that, hey, I think there's private property here. Come here. And they both walked into the woods, and they saw, and they pointed out the entire row of no hunting signs and no trespassing signs that I have. And the other guy was like, oh shit, you know, and then they turned around, got back in their truck and left, not realizing I was literally 100 feet away from them. Maybe 100, 150, something like that. I don't know exactly. But, you know, that could have been disastrous. You know, people shoot from the road, which they're not supposed to. And that's the reason why they're not supposed to shoot towards the road, is because, like, we can't put signs all the way out by the road because there's a small section of, like, land that's owned by a logging company. So I can't put my signs out by the road. I have to put them 50 feet into the wood line because that's where the property line is at. And so hunters that come out here to hunt on Weyerhaeuser's property don't realize that that narrow strip of land that they're trying to hunt on is only 50 feet wide. And a bullet can travel more than 50 feet. I mean, I know that's hard to understand, but it's true. Anyway, this is enough of this little rant, but this seems like this video was kind of necessary, even though it shouldn't have been.